The wall, it just keeps on going. I see rubble everywhere. It's only half finished. And all I keep hearing is the mocking. Day in and day out. I'm so tired. So tired of building. With a brick in one hand, and my sword in the other. Wondering which one I will use more today. Hoping it's more the brick. I have been reading in Nehemiah 4 for the past couple weeks, and I cannot stop rereading Nehemiah 4:19 through 20. That verse has just stuck out to me, especially in the last couple days. And I just wanted to share a bit of my heart with you, tell a bit of this story. The story of a group of people who are spread out, separated from each other, working to rebuild this wall all around their city. I just have that image of us today working on our dreams and building them, and sometimes it feels like the next person is super far away and couldn't possibly know what you're going through in your section of the wall. But that's not the part of the story that caught my heart the most. See, as these people are building brick by brick, day in and day out, and hearing the cackles, the laughter, the mocking, the ridicules, the in-your-face comments that just leave your soul tired and weary and wondering, what am I doing this for? Ever have days like that? As you're building and you just feel the hackles and the laughter and people going, why are you doing this? You shouldn't be doing it. And you just feel tired. And you got your brick in your hand and you're working on this dream. You're building something you believe in, that you're called to, and you're building. And on the other hand, you have your sword. Just coming at the enemy. Like, this is constant, right? And that can feel tiring at times. I know I felt that. Where I just didn't want to put another brick on. I love in the Bible how the sword in Ephesians 6:13 talk about the armor, how we put on the armor of God. The sword is His word, and we can keep building because we have His word to defend us, to protect us. And as you have that image in your head, maybe you have your dream that you're picturing. What's your brick that you're putting on? For me, I have this dream of seeing a group of women around a table, and they have their pictures all scattered out. And they're from around the country, maybe even the world, and they're sitting around a table together. And they have their pictures spread out of memories, of moments in their lives. And they're just sharing their stories, and they're picking out these pictures and sharing these moments with each other. And then they take one of those pictures and they put it in a piece of jewelry, and they get to take it with them. So they not only remember that moment and that picture, but they remember that moment of gathering with those group of women and getting to be vulnerable and safe all at the same time. And there are days, like going, that feels so far away, and I don't know where that come from. you know, but we serve a God of the impossible. And that's my impossible ask. What's your impossible ask? I love that. It's something I've been putting in my own prayer life, like the impossible ask. And I can only imagine that wall in Nehemiah 4 being the impossible ask. And here's the coolest part. The best part of the story that I wanted to save near the end here, because it's just too cool and it's just too amazing. And it's exactly what we need right now. I know my heart needed it. That's why I'm sharing it with you. Picture that wall again. Half of it is built. There's rubble everywhere because, as you know, it's messy when you're trying to make something. And there's rubble everywhere. And you're tired and you're sweaty, like I am right now. Just very sweaty. And you got your bricks and you got your sword. And you're just going. Partially got your guard up because you don't know who's around the corner. And you just keep going. And you just keep looking. You kind of see some shadows as people are just spread out so far on this wall. You know you're there. Like, you know people are over there. They just feel distant. But you keep going because you know you're called to do this and you're made for more. And you know the leader that's been put to lead you has given you hope. And this is the best part. Out of nowhere, as you're building, you got your sword, you hear a trumpet sound coming from a shofar. And a shofar was made out of a ram's horn. And you guys, I have listened to this sound, and I'm going to put this sound in the comments, either through Spotify or YouTube. You've got to hear this. It'll send chills down your spine. So when they heard this sound of the trumpet, this is what it was supposed to remind them of. That God was fighting for them. God is fighting for you. And a lot of us need to listen for our shofar. We need to listen for whose we are. And less to the hackling. And less to feeling the weight of that brick. Even that sword can feel heavy at times. But golly, when they heard that shofar sound, it brought that spirit of unity and hope. And that's what they listened for. It was their reminder of where to go to, because they all come together when they heard it. And they knew that that's where they go, and that's where they'd fight together. That is just so cool to me. I couldn't get that sound out of my heart the past couple days. But just this sound of unity and hope and strength when the trumpet sounded. That reminder that yes, God is for me. He is with me, and I already have this victory. This wall is already built. This task is already done. Wow. Do you hear that today? The trumpet is sounding, and we need to be in this together. And I want you to know that our family is here for you, and we are a message away, and we love lifting up your prayers. It's an honor. At the table that I'm at right now is where I go in the morning. This is where I do my quiet time at. And wow, that stillness, you guys. There is so much power in stillness that I could not imagine before this season. I thought I had an inkling of what stillness really was. But man, when I really just let myself rest and get still and listen, I have found so much hope and renewed strength, and I can hear that shofar, my shofar, Jesus, so much more clearly. And I am so grateful for that. Tell your story. Keep telling your story. It matters so much. Someone else needs to know they're not alone. They're not so separated on the wall of their dreams. Your story matters. It may feel mundane, but there is so much that needs to be said about the mundane. So much. And what you may see as mundane, someone else sees as a miracle. So keep sharing your stories. We're listening. Love you guys.